Good afternoon and welcome to Mrs. Bray Reads a Story. So, today we're going to be reading Mulga Bill's Bicycle. Now, this is a really old story and it originates in Australia. And it was one that my great uncle sent to me when I was a kid. So, you can see the book's a bit battered because I've read a lot when I was young. And you can see on the front, the bike is really unusual. It's got a really big front wheel and a very little back wheel. And it's a really old school bike called a penny farthing bike. Because back in the day, pennies were like huge, huge coins, and farthings are teeny tiny coins. So the big front wheel reminded them of a penny, and the little back wheel was a farthing. Now, bicycles weren't that common by the time when this story takes place. So not everybody knew how to ride a bike. And we're going to see if Mulga Bill knows how to ride a bike. Okay. So, Mulga Bill's Bicycle by A.B. Patterson. There's the inside cover there. 'Twas Mulga Bill from Eagle Hawk that caught the cycling craze. He turned away the good old horse that served him many days. He dressed himself in cycling clothes, resplendent to be seen. He hurried off to town and bought a shining new machine. Whoops. And as he wheeled it through the door with an air of lordly pride, the grinning shop assistant said, "Excuse me, can you ride?" "See here, young man," said Mulga Bill, "from Walgett to the sea, from Conroy's Gap to Castlereagh, there's none can ride like me. I'm good all round at everything, as everybody knows, although I'm not one to talk. I hate a man that blows. But riding is my special gift, my chiefest sole delight. Just ask a wild duck, can it swim? A wild cat, can it fight? Oh, there's nothing clothed in hair or hide, or built of flesh or steel. There's nothing that walks or jumps or runs on axle, hoof, or wheel. But when I'll sit, while hide will hold, and girth and straps are tight, I'll ride this here two-wheeled concern straight away at sight." I think he's having some issues here. What do you think? 'Twas Mulga Bill from Eagle Hawk that sought his own abode, that perched above the Dead Man's Creek beside the mountain road. He turned the cycle down the hill and mounted for the fray, but ere he'd gone a dozen yards, it bolted clean away. It left the track and through the trees just like a silver streak. It whistled down that awful slope towards the Dead Man's Creek. It shaved a stump by half an inch. It dodged a big white box. The very wallaroos in fright went scrambling up the rocks. The wombats hiding in their caves dug deeper underground. But Mulga Bill, as white as chalk, sat tight to every bound. It struck a stone and gave a spring that cleared a fallen tree. It raced beside a precipice as close could be. Then, as Mulga Bill let out one last despairing shriek, it made a leap of 20 feet into the Dead Man's Creek. 'Twas Mulga Bill from Eagle Hawk that slowly swam ashore. He said, "I've had some narrer shaves and lively rides before. I rode a wild bull round a yard to win a 5-pound bet, but this was sure the derndest ride that I've encountered yet. I'll give that two-wheeled outlaw best, it's shaken all my nerve, to feel it whistle through the air and plunge and duck and swerve. It's safe at rest in Dead Man's Creek. We'll leave it lying still. A horse's back is good enough, henceforth for Mulga Bill." Yeah, thank you. That is Mulga Bill's bicycle. All right. Have a good evening, and we will talk to you guys again soon.